MLC TV News app, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Khadijat Mohammed. First, the headlines. President MUHAMMADU BUHARI at the 77th UN General Assembly promises credible pause, seeks debt forgiveness. Lagos State swears in 43 customary court officials, charges appointees to uphold ethics of judiciary. Lebanese banks to remain shut indefinitely after economic crisis. And the Super Eagles camp at the MARRIOTT Constantine bubbles ahead of the international friendly match. Now the news in detail. President MUHAMMADU BUHARI told world leaders that his regime is committed to entrenching a process of free, fair, transparent and credible elections that would, among other things, usher in a new president next year. This was as he assured the global community of Nigeria's compliance with constitutional term limits, adding that a new phase would represent the country at the next United Nations General Assembly. Buhari made these comments during his last address as the president at the 77th section of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, USA. While thanking Nigeria's international partners for their support of our electoral institutions, Buhari noted that his regime had invested heavily to strengthen the country's framework for free and fair elections. The president also called for debt cancellation for developing countries facing severe fiscal and liquidity challenges. According to him, the challenges facing most developing countries had placed a debilitating chokehold on their fiscal space, justifying the need to address the burden of unsustainable external debt by a global commitment to the expansion and extension of the debt service suspension initiative, as well as outright cancellation. The Senate has confirmed Justice Olukayode Ariwoola as the substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, had in July nominated Ariwoola to the Senate for confirmation following the resignation of the former CJN, Justice Mohammed Tanko. His nomination was confirmed after a screening conducted by the Committee of the Whole. During the screening, Ariwoola denied any rift between his predecessor and other justices of the Supreme Court over their leaked memo addressed to the ex-CJN. He identified some of the challenges facing the judiciary, including lack of accommodation for some justices of the Apex Court, inadequate funding, and inadequate manpower. He regretted that only 13 justices are currently doing the work meant for 21 justices. The National Industrial Court has ordered the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU) to call off the ongoing strike. Delivering a ruling on the interlocutory injunction filed by the federal government, Justice Polycarp Harman restrained ASU from continuing with the industrial action pending the determination of the suit. Justice Polycarp, who is a vacation judge, ordered that the case filed be returned to the president of the Industrial Court for reassignment to another judge. This order comes a few hours after the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, threatens not to allow any political campaign held across the country until students of public universities return to classrooms. NANS chairman National Task Force Ojo Olumide announced this at a press conference in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Days to September 28, the official date for candidates to kick off campaign as announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has been on strike since February 14, 2022, as talks between the federal government and lecturers of public universities have not yielded a compromise upon which students can return to class. Kogi State government have commended the distribution of response commodities to its health facilities, particularly the tertiary health institutions and zonal hospitals in the state. The State Health Commissioner, Dr. Zachary Usman, who inaugurated the exercise in Lokoja, the state capital, said it was meant to keep any disease outbreak in the state under control. He said the beneficiaries of the health facilities included the State Teaching Hospital, the specialist hospital, and the 5 zonal hospitals within the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The commissioner noted that the program was geared towards assuring the populace that the government is committed to providing quality health care services to the people at all costs. Usman enjoined health workers to always watch for emerging incidents of public health threats at their places of work and report same to the Ministry of Health as early as possible. He said such vigilance would enable the government to mount an appropriate response to safeguard the health of the populace. The commissioner, however, implored the benefiting facilities to make good use of the items to improve healthcare delivery services in their hospitals and Kogi in general. The Lagos State Judicial Service Commission swore in 6 newly appointed presidents and 37 members of customary courts. Speaking at the swearing-in ceremony, the Chief Judge of Lagos State and Chairman of the Judicial Service Commission, Justice Kazeem Aloba, charged the appointees to uphold the ethics of the judiciary and be honest, fair, and judicious in their actions, while also distancing themselves from corruption. On his part, the State Commissioner for Justice, Moyosori Onibanjo San, admonished the new appointees to, in the course of dispensing their duties, treat everybody that comes to their courts with respect. The Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Judicial Service Commission, Bukola Salami, in her welcome address, said the ceremony symbolizes another milestone and bold step in the commitment of the Lagos State government to enhance the lives of people at the grassroots through a justice administration system that is quick and fair. We go on a short break. We will be right back.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. The Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Ahmed Abubakar Audi, has called on Nigerians in all spheres to embrace, uphold, and promote peace to enhance growth and development of the nation. He gave this charge in his commemorative message for this year's International Day of Peace with the theme, End Racism, Build Peace, by the United Nations, where member states were enjoined to mark the day with the aim of strengthening the ideals of peace globally. Dr. Audi emphasized that the nation can only progress politically, socially, and economically when all citizens and leaders in various capacities exhibit tendencies that will promote peace, unity, equity, and justice in all facets of human endeavor. He warned that Nigeria is heterogeneous and the most populated country in Africa. Therefore, citizens must endeavor to live in peace and avoid acts capable of dividing the country or causing dissatisfaction among various ethnic, religious, or political groups. He also warned against indulgence in criminal acts such as willful destruction of critical national assets and infrastructure, ethnic agitations, religious bigotry, banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, and terrorism that promotes insecurity in the country. The NSCDC helmsman stated that the Corps is determined and committed to peace and security of the country through implementation of its statutory mandate. He called on parents, guardians, traditional, religious, and political leaders, educational institutions, leaders of associations, civil society organizations, pressure groups, and trade unions to consider engagement in peace advocacies to entrench stability for development to thrive. Members of the Ijaw Patriotic League have hailed President Muhammadu Buhari, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Temipri Sylvia, and the Group General Manager of the NNPC, Kyari for the award of the pipeline surveillance contract to High Chief Government Epemupolo, aka Tompolo, describing it as a welcome development. They also commend the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipre Silva, the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Kyari, who took this bold, deliberate and rational decision to respond in a creative way to the unimaginably callous and distressing theft of the nation's crude resources within the contractual engagement of 5 firms, including the one in which Tompolo has interest to fight the scourge which sabotages the economy of this country and threatens national security and stability. They disclosed that the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, during a visit to the Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, at the Government House Owerri in August said that the hoodlums stealing the nation's resources have reduced oil production by 400,000 barrels per day, translating to an alarming drop of the nation's daily allocation from OPEC from 1.8 million to 1.4 million barrels per day. According to the group, Tompolo has a track record of firmness and dedication in the execution of a major contract in Nigerian domain, adding that it is on record beyond contestation. Global West Vessels Specialists Limited, owned by him, boosted NIMASA's revenue and reduced the then escalating incidents of piracy on the nation's territorial waters, as stated in media reports by the then Director General of the agency, Dr. Bashir Jamo. On politics, Justice Baba Ashiga of a Federal High Court in Benin Kebbi has nullified the election of Haruna Argungu as the PDP House of Representatives candidate for Argungu Ogi Federal Constituency. He declared Sani Noma as the party's candidate and ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to recognize him. The judge gave the order following an application by Noma against Argungu, the PDP and INEC. Argungu, however, still has the option of appeal at the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court. Noma had sought a declaration that by the provision of Section 84, subsection 5 of the Electoral Act 2022 and Article 50, subsection 1 and 2 of the Constitution of PDP as amended in 2017. Part 2, Paragraph 7, Part 4, Paragraph 2, 6, 9 and 10 of the Electoral Guidelines for the primary election for the party. The result of the House of Representatives primary election of the second defendant for Argungu Ogi Federal Constituency conducted on May 23, 2022, by which he was declared winner, was a valid result of the primaries. He said by the result of the primary election of the PDP, he was the candidate of the second defendant for the said constituency in respect of the 2023 general elections. Noma said the substitution of his name with that of Argungu was invalid, illegal, and cannot be sustained. He sought an order compelling the PDP to forward his name to INEC as its candidate for the election. Granting the prayers, the judge ruled that the court having delivered its judgment, INEC, the third defendant, is ordered to accept and recognize the plaintiff, Sani Noma, as the only valid and lawful candidate of the PDP, the second defendant, for the House of Representatives representing Argungu Ogi Federal Constituency, Kebbi State in the 2023 general elections. On foreign news, Lebanese banks will remain shut indefinitely due to a lack of security protection by authorities, said the association. The announcement by the Association of Lebanese Banks follows a string of raids by customers demanding access to frozen savings last week. It said their employees faced risk which had not been mitigated. A woman armed with a toy gun staged a hold-up at a bank to pay for family medical bills. There have been other copycat raids with reports of at least 5 incidents. Lebanon is in a severe economic crisis with more than 80% of the population struggling to afford food and medicine. The raids have mostly drawn support from the general public and have been seen as acts of desperation by people who do not have criminal records and are trying to settle bills. Banks have limited withdrawals of dollars since 2019 when the value of the Lebanese pound plummeted and inflation soared. North Korea says it has never sold weapons to Russia and has no plans to do so in the future. Following U.S. reports that Moscow was turning to Pyongyang to replenish stockpiles, U.S. officials said earlier that Russia could purchase rockets and artillery shells from North Korea. They said such moves, along with alleged purchases of Iranian weapons, showed Western sanctions were impeding Russia's efforts in the Ukrainian war. Moscow denied the report at the time. Any arms movement between the two countries would be in violation of United Nations sanctions. In a statement carried by North Korean state media, KCNA, an unnamed official at North Korea's defense ministry said North Korea have never exported weapons or ammunition to Russia before and doesn't have such plans. It accused the United States and other hostile forces of spreading rumors to pursue its base political and military aims. In early September, a U.S. State Department spokesman said Russia's North Korea purchases could include literally millions of rounds, rockets, and artillery shells. But National Security Council spokesman John Kirby later appeared to caveat that statement by saying the purchases had not yet been completed and there was no evidence to suggest the weapons would be used in the Ukraine war. It's now time to join Malik Jonah for Sports Update.
And on Sports Updates, the Nigerian national team camp was thrown into jubilation following the arrival of Dole goalkeeper Francis Uzoho and defender Ebubedu in Constantine on Wednesday. All the 24 invited players are now in the Super Eagles camp at the Marriott Constantine ahead of the Nigeria's international friendly match on Tuesday, September 27 in Oran. Rivers United left back Duru was called up following injuries to a number of players and joined the team on Wednesday after returning from Liberia, where the pride of Rivers United reached the penultimate stage of this year's CAF Champions League group phase. Goalkeeper Maduka Okoye, defender Kelvin Akpoguma, midfielder Wilfred Ndidi and forward Chidera Ejuke are returning to the squad after some period out, while midfielder Richard Onyedika and forward Godwin Saviour are joining up with the big boys for the first time. Super Eagles head coach Jose Santos Presidio has approved that the three-time African champions have a training game against Algeria B squad on Saturday in order to see a number of new and returning players in action ahead of the official game against the Phoenix Algeria A team in Oran on Tuesday evening. A match against Algeria's B squad will start at 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, while the official game on Tuesday will commence at 8 p.m. And that's Sports Update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thank you, Jonah. On entertainment, let's join Matthias Ayodeji.
On entertainment, Nollywood actress Rita Dominic has debunked the reports of her welcoming a set of twins. The movie star made this known via her Twitter page on Wednesday, September 21st, 2022. She shared a GIF with the caption, "Fake news." There had been several reports flying on social media that the actress and her hubby Fidelis Anosike welcomed a set of twins far away in the United Kingdom. This is coming months after the actress had a star-studded wedding. The wedding ceremony, which took place in Owerri, was attended by several celebrities including Joke Silva, Chidi Mokeme, Ini Edo, Uche Jombo, Hilda Dokubo, Lillian Bach, and Sean George. Others were veteran comedians and actors Julius Agu and Oke Bakasi. Some other early celebrities who graced the wedding ceremony were Queen Wokoye, Uche Elendu, Ese Erita, Bibi Nainja's Tolani Bach, Messi Eke, and Idia Asien. Dominic's partner Anosike is the founder of Folio Media Group, a multimedia company that owns Daily Times Nigeria, founded in 1926, the country's oldest newspaper. Seen on entertainment news from Africa, Nollywood actor Jim Ike has been conferred with a chieftaincy title. The movie star was conferred with the title Ohadike I of Indigbo by His Royal Highness Dr. Ambassador Chukwudi J. Ihenetu, Ezindigbo, Ghana. The chieftaincy title was conferred on the actor on the occasion of the 10th Yam Festival. According to the traditional ruler, the actor was recognized for his tremendous achievements and contributions to the African entertainment industry and Igbo people. Ike joins the list of Nigerian celebrities who have been confirmed with chieftaincy titles. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for MLC TV. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thank you, Matthias. Governor Yahya Bello has commiserated with the Minister of State, FCT, Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliu, over the demise of her mother, Zainab Sidi Ali. According to a release by the Minister's Special Advisor on Communication and Logistics, Atika Aliu, the deceased passed on Tuesday evening after a brief illness. In a condolence message conveyed through a press statement signed by the Governor's Chief Press Secretary, Mohammed Onogo, he described such loss as a heartfelt pain. The governor said irrespective of how advanced in age the deceased was, the loss of a mother created a very big vacuum in one's life that no amount of consolation could replace. While urging the minister to take solace in the good life her mother lived, acknowledging that she raised good children who were adding value to humanity. Hence, her death, although sudden, must be in total submission to the will of Almighty God. The governor said the deceased had laid good legacies. She lived her life giving herself to raising her children, her family and community. She has also lived a pious life in reference to her Creator as she served God and humanity passionately until her death. Governor Bello commiserated with the entire family of the deceased, while he prayed God to grant late Zainab Sidi Ali eternal rest and those grieved the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. And that is the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates and happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, MLC TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV. Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV 1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Khadijat Mohammed. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Thanks for watching.